don't need a lot.
What's up, you guys? Shanice here. Thank you for coming back and chatting with your girls. So today we're going to be doing a crochet install, and this one is going to be absolutely braidless. That's right. No cornrows, no braids, no plaits, no none of that, none of that, none of that. But we still gonna get some crochet braids without the braids. You feel me? So let's just get right into it. Y'all know I don't like to talk too damn much, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna talk a little bit, okay? I feel like this might need a little instruction. So first, we're going to make sure that our hair is good and moisturized. We're going to be using rubber bands, okay? And a lot of people put oil on their rubber bands, but for me, I have experienced that they break early when you do that. That's not everybody's experience, but that's mine. So I don't put oil on my rubber bands, but I make sure that my hair is good and moisturized on its own. And I like to do that using water-based products, leave-in conditioner and stuff like that. As you've seen that Creme of Nature, you see a little technical difficulty there, you know, it's all right. We just grabbed another comb. Anyway, I do like Creme of Nature products, but you know, whatever works for you is fine. I don't have any preference. I just get what I get. Yeah, and so now we're going to section off the hair in little boxes. You determine the size of the box by the hair that you're trying to install. So the twist that I'm installing today is from Sam's Beauty, the authentic brand. You know, that's so exclusively at Sam's Beauty. And the twists are medium to small, you know what I'm saying? So medium, you know, so we're doing some medium boxes to go along with that. But if you have big Havana twists or something like that, then make the boxes bigger to accommodate. Now, there's two options you can do here. You can, if you want to do a 2-strand twist, you can do that. And then you'll take that 2-strand twist and pull it back into the next box, right? And then you'll do another 2-strand twist and so forth and so on. But if you don't want to do it that way, if you don't want to do no twist, no nothing, I'll show you how to do that too. We're going to do that on this next row and pretty much throughout the thing. I'm going to make the assumption that we don't know how to two-strand twist. We don't know how to braid. We don't know how to do none of that, or we don't want to do none of that. So this install is going to be for that. Now I will say, if you do know how to 2-strand twist, I would suggest doing that because it's going to make for a much flatter install. However, we're still going to get it flat. So, you know, don't worry about it. Now you'll see in just a minute where I'm going to just take the hair and join it together into the next box without twisting or anything like that. Now, if you have shorter hair or your hair is uneven or, you know, something like that, you might have to use the 2-strand twist. But you don't have to, you know, if you got regular schmegular hair like I do, you know, it should be all good. Now, if you have super thick hair, I would definitely advise doing the 2-strand twist if you don't know how to braid. But for me, as you see, we ain't got nothing but a little tap of something up there, you know what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily have that problem. So if you like me, then you'll be fine. If you have super thick hair, I would suggest doing a 2-strand twist at least. And you know, just to make sure that your install is flat, because what we don't want is you walking around with a helmet on, you feel me? So yeah, I'm just gonna keep going just like that. I'm gonna do the whole top, and then I'm gonna go and do the back. The back, I'm going to do the same way. I'm not going to bring the boxes all the way down to the back because I want to be able to pull my hair up. So I'll show you how that goes in just a second. And again, you know, this is a DIY thing. So when we do our own hair, it ain't going to necessarily be perfect, but it's going to be cute. You feel me? So yeah. Also, this is very, 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 very important. If you don't hear anything else, please hear this. Do not make these rubber bands too tight, y'all. And don't make them tight at all, okay? Listen, when you put that first box in, if you can feel it, I'm not saying if it hurts. If you can feel it, it's too tight. Okay? Take your edges out. Take them little baby edges out, okay? Because you don't want no tension on that whatsoever. Pull them out. And then when you get ready to pull that first block into the second, if you rubber band it and it feels tight, or if you feel it at all, it's too tight. Why? Because the more rubber bands you add, the tighter it's going to get. Therefore, when you're first starting, you should not feel anything. Those first couple of rows should be no tension whatsoever. Because I guarantee you, if you get to the middle of your head and you started out with that first row being tight, you're not going to last long. Baby, you're going to be smooth. You understand? Your forehead is going to turn into an 8 head. It's not going to be good, okay? Do not do it too tight. I promise you. You should not feel it. And when you're doing it, you're going to be like, those first couple of boxes, you're going to be like, nah, I need to do a little bit more because it's not tight. It's not secure. It will be secure in the end, okay? Trust me on that. It will be. Do not make them too tight. So here I'm just taking my hand mirror and I'm using that to help me get my parts a little straight. Honestly, if I was doing like regular loose hair, you know, I wouldn't even worry about my parts being a little straight for real. But because I'm doing twists and I know I'm going to want to pull it up and put a little bun, you know what I'm saying? Because I like to change stuff. I wanted to be sure that, you know, my parts look decent. Not perfect, but at least decent, you know? So I got my little hand mirror and I pretty much, just in case y'all needed help with it, like I pretty much put my finger where I want to part it, you know, and then put the mirror down and take my comb back to where my, you know, other hand is, where my finger is, and parting there, if that makes sense. I use my finger as a guide, basically. And then I double check it once I part it. It's usually all right. And then I keep it moving. So that's just how they go. So I'm going to be running these rows up to the, I won't say the top, but you know, the area that ain't nobody really going to see anyway. You feel me? That's where it's going to meet, and that's why I'm going to be able to tuck the tails, you know, in, and I'll show all of that to you in a minute. But yeah, just keep watching. I'm going to turn the music up and I'll be back when necessary. Okay, so I pretty much worked my way all the way around my head with the rubber bands, right? And I'm left with just this middle section of my hair. So I'm going to split that in half. Okay, well, actually in the fours if you think about it, because I'm gonna split it from, you know, like ear to ear basically, and then from forehead to nape. And I'll have about what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total, it'll be like 8 boxes back there. So I'm gonna do this part. I'm gonna slow that down in regular speed and let you watch this section. So, you know, and of course, if y'all have any questions, y'all see all that gray? Sorry, I don't know. I had to see it. If y'all have any questions, of course, drop it down in the comments section and I will answer it as soon as I can. But yeah, I'm gonna show you how I did this. Okay, so now comes the part where we're going to tuck. If you don't do 2-strand twists anywhere in your head, is cool. But if you are able to 2-strand twist and you just didn't feel like doing it throughout your head, do it right here. If you don't know how to 2-strand twist, that's okay. We'll tuck it this way. Okay, we're just pulling it through, you know, the other rubber bands, basically. But we want this to be as flat as possible. So if you know how to braid or you know how to twist and you know you just didn't want to do it throughout the rest of that pattern, do it here. Okay, just 2 twist or 4, you know, whatever, but twist it there. If you don't know how to do either, it's cool. Just do like I'm doing right now. Just doing one big old, you know, twist it around and pull it underneath. That's fine. In the install, it'll get flatter. But like I said, it'd be much more beneficial to 2-strand twist it or to braid it if you can. So we're just pulling it through the other rubber bands. I'll show you how it looks. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Then I'll show you guys the install. Okay, so now it's time to start installing this hair. The first thing we're going to do is start installing the hair only on the parts that have rubber bands. Basically, each strand that you install, you are only going to install on top of the rubber bands. Yes, I know it's going to look sparse as hell, but that's okay. What we don't want to do is to put too many in there and we end up looking like, you know, we got a big ass helmet on our head. Okay, so we'll go back in and fill in after the fact, but right now we're just going to cover up the rubber bands. So anywhere you feel a rubber band in your head, you're going to install a twist. so hold on now. Now this part right here, do not put the needle through the top of the hair, okay? You want to always go through the bottom, okay? Like the bases of the hair, because it's going to pin the hair down, okay? So you're going to go through the base of the braids. See how that pulls it down? If you put one right here, if you go in right here, that's just going to pull it up, right? I'm not going to do it because it's going to mess up. But if you go down underneath it and then add one, it'll pull this hair down flatter. So we want to be sure to do that. That's so important. Don't skip that, okay? All right, back to the music. Okay, so now that I have covered all of the rubber bands, I'm going to start going in and filling in the install now. So that's super important to go back now and start, you know, filling for spaces, you know, little gaps that you might see. Flip the hair over and around and shit and just see where you fill a gap. Use the mirror if you want to, you know, see in the back of your head if you're, you know, unsure. And just go through and fill it in. Just make sure that you are inserting the needle through the base of your hair, okay? Don't hook it to just a strand of your hair. You know, always take the hook and basically glide it across your scalp, okay? You want to make sure it's going under the base of the I want to say the braid, but there's not a braid there, there's a rubber band, but under the base of the cornrow that you have going, or that you have created with the rubber band, if that makes sense.
Just me lately, I don't need a lot. Yeah, 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 yeah. I've been to myself, just me lately, I don't need a lot. I don't need a lot, no. Just me and the fam, few friends ain't playing, I don't speak a lot. And I can't stop. And I can't stop. And I can't stop. And I can't stop. I'm that cash money getter, big show stopper. 4 kids having, no chain rocker. Make my business, work my business. Count them digits, earn them winnings. I see you in my rear view and you been trying. Said you out here doing numbers but you been lying. And you know my little baby been fine. In the crib, bet she do it for the 9-9. I've been to myself, just me lately, I don't need a lot. I don't need